Alchemist KJ the...
Well, it's been so long. Well, not that long, but this is my latest video. And I am playing Tennis Champ season 3. But today, I am going to tell you a story about my 8th grade teacher. So, my 8th grade teacher's... her ass was just so huge. I'm just gonna say it, and her hips were just super wide too, but it was 50 inches wide, and I was just like, dang. When I was transferred to her class, I'm like, wow. And one time in class, she was helping someone with their work, and her butt was just right in front of my face. And I was like, dang. Dang. In a dang kind of way, if you know what I mean. And then she turned around, and then she said, sorry. And I'm like, I just nodded my head and said, okay. And I'm like, dang. And one time, it was just every time she turned around, that was all I looked at. For real. I did my work, but as soon as I was done, that was the first thing I looked at, her giant ass. And it was just, it had, in class, when I was in her class, I had to think about ugly things, ugly people and whatnot, to make, me less, it to calm down. And one time in class, when she squat down to tie her shoe, it was hot. And it was in a squat down, twerking position, and it was just, it made me excited, if you catch my drift, if you know what I mean. And I'm just, and it went on for that the entire year. For real, I'm not even lying. It wasn't just me entirely looking at her butt, I did my work and whatnot. I got a C in her class, the pre-algebra class. It was, I could have done better, obviously. But that was 8th grade, and I passed 9th grade with okay colors, Could have been better, but I didn't fail any classes. Anyway, and one time in class, I was looking at her ass. Oh my god, that's rhymes. Funny. And I was caught looking. I was caught multiple times looking. One kid in the class, I don't know his name, said, Kylan, are you looking at Miss Payne's butt? And then I didn't say anything. I wanted to say no, but that would just make me look guilty. And then the teacher turned around at me, and with kind of an angry look, but I just sat and did my work, I should. And that. And another time, she actually caught me looking, and I'm like, dang, I got caught? That's the first time, and I know, and she gave me a dirty look, and I know it's kind of weird, since she's my teacher and all, but, still, it was the biggest in the entire school, not even lying, out of all the students. But, that doesn't really matter that much. It was middle school. But, it made me it gave me extra incentive to go to that class, not to skip it. You know. Anyway, yeah, that's really much it about that story. You know, I guess I should. Now I'm gonna tell some more stories. My other math teacher that I had this year in ninth grade, I looked at her ass. I'm not even lying. I looked at it. It wasn't as big as my 8th grade math teacher, but it was still good. It was still good looking. And I liked looking at it. And I'm just like, I never got caught this year, like looking at it. Oh, it wasn't huge. It was kind of medium sized, like a B plus. Or like a solid. It was like medium. Yeah, it was definitely medium. It wasn't huge, but it wasn't tiny. You know. And, you know, I actually told other kids about me looking at like my 8th and 9th grade teacher's butt. And like we were joking around, like they said that's gross, and then they said it still looks good anyway. You know, even though it's gross. And, you know, it was kind of funny, but it was weird at the same time because she's a dope. But, you know, it was pretty funny. Anyway, you know, it was a little bit kind of what you could call it a session. Like, looking at it all year. You know, at least when I was in her class, but like, you know, it doesn't really matter since I'm not near their classes anymore. So I'm just talking about the past. You know, like I can't get in trouble for looking at it when I'm not in their class. See? And yeah, all in all, it's a little weird. Well, actually, it's a lot weird that I looked at it, but I still had some good times looking at it, you know. It made me feel good, if you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean. I don't have to keep saying that. I hope the little kids watch. I hope there aren't any little kids watching this video, actually, you know. Oh my god, when my 8th grade math teacher was wearing leggings, those were the days I had to keep still and just think of ugly things like, you know, like you know, like an ugly person or negative thoughts, you know, those were the things that kept me through from just having it, you know, obvious. So I hope I win this game, like the game I'm playing right now. It was, you know, like it was 8th grade was an interesting year. Also, I looked at my ELA teachers, like her butt. Like, I need to stop looking at teachers' butts, you know, but, you know, they're good. They're good to look at. You know, but I hope I don't have a teacher with a good butt next year. You know, so I won't have to look at that. But, you know, still, I'll probably look if it's good anyway. You know. So, good teacher butts aren't just limited to math teachers. They could be ELA teachers. You know. I would say, like, all butts are created equal, but some are better than others. Like, there was this one teacher, like, in 8th grade before I went to my other teacher's class, my math class. I never looked at hers. Like, I didn't see, but she had, like, a big body, so I'm assuming she had a good butt. I didn't really look. I was, you know, too busy doing my work in the class, actually, you know. But, yeah, that's my experience with teachers' butts. And I guess especially math teachers. You know, but if the teacher has a good butt, I'm gonna look at it. I'm not even gonna lie. So it's kind of weird, but you know, I'm gonna look. And I'm a guy, so I guess it doesn't matter. See you next time.